just had some interviews, so that's why I ran from one to another. Can you ask me if the audio is being recorded? Okay, thank you. Good morning, my name is Giselle Margito, Purchasing Specialist for the City of Miami Springs. Today is Friday, February 19, 2021. The time is 10:01 a.m. Just a friendly reminder that this meeting is being recorded and will be complying with the Sunshine Law. We are here today for contract negotiations for RFQ 01-1920, Continuing Professional Architectural and Engineering Services. Present at this meeting is the contract negotiations team. What? Are we recording?
Not this one, the Zoom's recording.
Okay.
Set this up. You can get
Yeah. Okay. If you could please each introduce yourself for the record.
Tammy Romero, Assistant City Manager.
George Ferrer for Mayo Millen Partners.
William should be there.
He's just muted.
William. William, if you want to introduce yourself real quick.
You did the audio from the meeting?
Yeah, this is William Alonso, City Manager, City of Miami Springs.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So the purpose of today's meeting is to allow the contract negotiations team the opportunity to discuss negotiations with Vermello, Ajamil and Partners, Inc., BNA.
Okay.
Now we can open negotiations.
So, George, thank you for submitting your RFQ for the general engineering and architectural A&E services. I see that as a whole, you are able to fulfill the majority of these. I know that you have several teams. You have, I think, 112 employees in your firm that can provide such services to us. And if not, I saw that you had a really strong sub-consultant team for your cost estimating, et cetera, et cetera. So obviously, we're not here to rank. You have been already ranked number one by the committee. So today we are here to basically discuss the price negotiation on your hourly rates, any delivery and terms of the agreement. I think in front of you, you had, we gave you already a copy of the draft agreement.
Yes, correct.
With that, did you have any questions with regards to that? I'd like to go through maybe a few of them.
That'd be fine.
So, we'll look at just page one. You're here to perform the general civil engineering, transportation planning and engineering services, environmental engineering and landscape architectural services for the city as a whole. I think we mentioned in the RFP that the city at this time does not have any anticipated jobs right now. I believe that was the case. However, jobs do come up on a continual basis, anywhere from $6 million construction projects down to a $20,000 stormwater, type of basin project.
Yeah,
So-
we understand the situation. We've done a lot of these continuing services agreement. It
Okay.
is, we respond the moment you guys call us to do anything for you.
Okay.
And we did look at your capital improvement plan, so we do have an idea of what projects you have coming up over the next couple of years.
Okay. Fantastic. So I'll skip over a little bit of the scope but you are able to provide the deliverables.
Tammy, if I have comments on the page that we're talking about?
Sure, sure.
The only thing on the first one, where the services, it does not mention architecture.
Okay, let me.
I don't have, I mean, I will provide you the little markups.
A red line?
Most of the stuff that I found, a lot of it is just typos and stuff, nothing major.
Certainly.
I do need clarification on a couple of items, but on the whole, the contract looks very fair.
Okay, very well. So as far as, your responsibilities to the city is, obviously providing deliverables of a project as a whole for any of the A&E services, as being our consultant, et cetera. But, you'll provide any reports, documentations, and information pertaining to that specific project and as an ongoing. The terms of this would be an effective 1-year contract with an automatic renewal of a 4-year additional 1-year terms.
Yeah, I did notice that the RFP had 2 and then 111. It's okay either way, it doesn't matter. I
Okay.
just wanted to make sure because the RFP was a little bit different.
2111, okay,
Yeah.
so the total it was 5.
It's still
here
5, it doesn't matter.
Okay, all right. I'll just have the attorney maybe just look at that just to make sure that, so we
Like I
keep
said,
it,
we're
we keep it
okay,
consistent.
we're okay with the 111 because it's an automatic renewal, so there's no issues there.
Basically, you are to be able to complete any of the services in the time frame as we set forth in a notice to proceed. Once projects become available to you, will be in, hopefully a constant communication with the A&E services provider that we so choose, should it be you. We'll go to the next section. The compensation of your services are based on, obviously, the negotiated rates that we'll negotiate today based on the schedule. Any additional expenses must be pre-approved and would be considered a line item reimbursement without any markups. Okay. You're basically would be giving us a monthly invoice for any services rendered, and those would be itemized to include any hourly rates of the particular position that is working on that project.
For the time and material.
For the time and material, correct.
For the lump sum, it's just percentage of construction at that time for the project.
You've got it. That's where I was gonna go next. Yes. Obviously, you are going to be responsible for any work related to any of your subs, and that would be part of your rates that you're gonna provide us with today. That would include it, and then obviously the city has some obligation that if we have any materials that we can provide to you to help you fulfill your your obligation for A&E services, we will do so. Do you have any other questions on that?
Nope.
Okay. There is the conflict of interest, of course, that there's no appearance that you are working in conjunction with anybody. But I don't foresee any of that problems. As far as a termination, we did put in there that we may have a termination of this agreement upon 5 calendar days of written notice to the consultant, should the manager feel the need to terminate the contract. As well, you are responsible for transferring any of those books and records that were maintained by your firm over to us within the 14-day time frame should you be terminated. At all times, you guys are supposed to be carrying insurances for the commercial liability coverage, the workers' compensation, your automobile, and your professional liability insurances. So
I have the COI already here for you.
Okay, fantastic. Then there's the non-discrimination clause. I know that you already did the E-Verify, when you did your submittals to us. So, let's see, your indemnification that you'll, hold the city harmless, and any of its officers, employees, or agents. Anything that you see else on that page?
Nope, good.
Okay. Basically, you know that, we are to provide, records and, any public records requests that you need to comply with us for any public records, should, any public records be requested of us. Obviously, this contract is not assignable to any other consultant. You would be the prime, should we be able to negotiate a contract with you, you would be the prime, and any of your subs would be under your contract.
Tammy, can we go back to the public records?
Certainly.
On 17.5, I just want to get a clarification of the last sentence on there. As I read this, it says that once our contract is complete and we've turned over the public records to you of everything, we're supposed to destroy our records?
Okay, let me ask about that.
I have found that usually municipalities call us back because they can't find theirs.
They can't find theirs, and we don't want you to destroy your original.
Yeah, it's always good, exactly.
Yeah, okay, I'll get some clarification with that in the future.
We're always a good resource down the line when you can't find something, you know?
Okay, very good. Again, this is a non-exclusive agreement, so we are able to procure A&E services should we have any additional federal dollars funding, which would require us to go out for RFQ, services for additional A&E services. So just so you understand that, did you have any other questions or concerns about the
No.
the contract itself?
Like I said, I think the agreement's very fair, and I think with the exception of those couple of items that I mentioned, that's it.
Okay,
I mean, I'll email you the little typos and stuff that I found, which is not a big deal.
that's fine. That's
So
fine.
you can have those.
Okay. So I had a question. Besides the existing trades listed in your scope of work, do you anticipate that the city would require any additional services or trades? And if so, what are they? And have you included them in your rate schedule?
Well, we have right now with the rate schedule itself, I came in to talk about, I didn't know what the agenda was going to be for today. So I wanted to talk about that rate schedule and the formatting and all that before we give it to you.
Okay.
And the people that you want listed on the rate schedule.
Okay.
Because obviously we have a very large team. Yeah, and I didn't know whether you guys wanted everybody that we listed on our org chart
Okay.
as the rates for those people, or do you want it to go even further down the list? That's why I'm glad that you gave me 2 examples in the items that you passed out. So we can format and I can reach out to all my subs and get the rates and have everything formatted for you today, for next week.
Okay. I would definitely say, at minimum, we would like to see the rates of everybody that you've listed within your team on the org chart.
On the org chart, okay.
At minimum. And then, and I guess that goes back to the question that I asked of you, do you foresee any other trades or
I don't think so, Tammy.
or
I mean,
work
again,
besides what could be covered here?
yeah, again, I don't think so. I think, we looked at your CIP and we looked at the projects that you've got coming up. Obviously, I don't know of something else that could come up that may require another trade, but it doesn't matter. I mean, if it comes up and we require somebody else, obviously we get your blessing on anybody that we would choose to bring in to our contract if required. But I think we've got pretty much every discipline you could.
Yeah, I mean, I see you have an architectural, you have your landscape.
We have
architect,
environmental traffic
civil.
survey. We got pretty much every discipline covered there.
Right. Okay, we crossed that estimating, your surveying,
Yep.
traffic engineering,
And like you
environmental.
said, we have a lot of those
road
disciplines in-house ourselves that we can handle, so I think we've got a pretty good, varied list of consultants here that could handle anything you guys have.
Okay. As far as delivery of your services, I think Suzelle had a question or so. You know.
Oh, the scheduling restraint. Oh, if any, are there any scheduling requirements or restraints?
No, it's usually you call me, I come.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we evaluate the work and prepare a proposal for you to review and determine what your schedule is for the project, because obviously that's the most important thing. Some things actually have a, sensitive time frame that we need to comply with. So we'll make sure that we comply with whatever requirements you have.
Okay. Now, we had should come up with another question, basically. When you do provide us with some of these rates, do you, in most cases, always have, obviously, some hourly projected costs from your principal, which would be, Mr. Bermain?
It all depends on, again, on the actual involvement on whatever task you give us.
Okay.
And that's gonna vary throughout. I mean, if you tell us, okay, listen, I need you guys to look at a culvert situation there, I'm not gonna be very much involved in that. I'll have my deputy PM, Jose Lopez, who's a civil engineer, who's the one that's gonna be doing the actual, coordination of that. I'll always be involved in anything, because I'll be your main point of contact.
And that was gonna be another question, yes.
Correct. I will be your main point of contact. You can reach me for everything.
And I see that
Again,
you
I'll have
have,
engineers and architects on the team that they will be doing the actual work. I basically relate to you. I make sure things get done and delivered on time, and we meet all the requirements of the agreement. So I will be you can call me for anything that you need.
so pretty much for our 5-year contract, your rate, your hourly rate would be
The PM,
the PM for the.
I will be the PM hourly rate, and so will Jose will be the deputy PM.
Okay,
The reason we did that is because we did look at your capital improvement side, and there is some work there that is civil related.
okay,
And we wanted to make sure we had somebody that's a strong lead with a lot of experience to handle your civil related matters.
okay. Any other questions? Did we want to go over some of the pricing? Are you prepared to go over? some
No,
of the
actually, I just
pricing?
wanted to get the criteria from you guys so that we can prepare. Once we have it, we can send it to you, and you guys, we can schedule another meeting if you want to,
I think.
and we can go
schedule-
over all the pricing. I did see that you gave me 2 examples, and do you prefer any specific format? It doesn't matter to us. I mean, I know one of the examples is the one from our 2014. I mean, we can use this same example, and
Yeah.
the team has changed a bit, but we can go ahead and use that if that's okay with you.
Yeah, right, maybe list every team member and per hourly rate, to keep it like hourly, and then just list, if you're gonna use your organizational chart, just have everyone listed.
Yep.
With their title and then their hourly rate.
We'll make sure we do that.
Okay, so I guess with that being said, then what we'll do, I mean, if you don't have any other, questions or concerns about the delivery, the deliverables and the terms of the contract besides the few little,
Yep.
typos, and I think we will add the performance, services of architectural.
Yep.
And we will confirm that, whether she wants to have it as the same terms as in the RFQ. I think that was.
And if you want us to destroy documentation.
And the
Right.
Yeah.
destruction of any documentation. I think with that, I think it's, pretty.
I will
Pretty
confirm the term as well, like if it was 2 years initially and
Yeah.
1 year, 3 years
Correct.
additional, we'll confirm that.
So what we'll have to do then is if you can come back to us with your rates, now
Yep.
that you have an understanding of where we are with that, and we will schedule another Zoom meeting, correct?
Yes.
I don't know, would you want to come in person or would you?
I mean, this is fine for me. I mean,
Okay.
we're pretty well distanced here, so
Yes.
I don't mind doing that at all.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so we could reschedule it. How long do you think, just so we know more or less timetable on rescheduling this meeting?
Let me reach out to myself, make sure that I can get it, but definitely next week.
Okay,
I would say maybe mid next week, but I'll get back to you with a
Okay.
timeframe.
that's fine.
Okay, so we'll schedule our second negotiation meeting. You'll have time to advertise it, and we'll go ahead and get that properly done. All right.
Okay, so no further questions. Thank you for attending contract negotiations for RFQ 1-1920. This meeting has been concluded as of 10:21 a.m.